Welcome back to Easy Spirit 101. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you for being here with me. As always, let's get into whatever Divine Collective needs to know at the time of this reading. Whenever you guys see this reading, what do y'all need to know at this time? Someone here might have recently made a new connection with an individual. You and this person had an instant spark, or some sort of communication came in about a spark. So somebody's keeping something hidden in this situation. I keep picking up a heck of a lot of water energy at this time. Water energy, they could even be having some sort of hidden emotions here, are keeping someone stuck. This is like same message. So this is very important for someone. Your hidden emotions or something within you has not been dealt with, is keeping you blocked from something, from maybe even a new connection, from ascending here. Maybe someone already knows that their new connection is a blessing for them. And some sort of hidden emotions are keeping you stuck from living your own worth, connecting with your own worth. This energy is connected to, some of you may be seeing 144, whoever this reading is for. This energy may be connected to the reading that I posted earlier, which was actually from yesterday, but I posted it earlier today. This energy may be connected to this energy, is really kind of how it's looking. So heavy on the water energy, someone's emotions are keeping them. You know, with this snake here, I'm kind of getting, wherever this is, it's really kind of giving me some sort of abusive dynamic. However you want to place that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to put labels on it. It can be something different for anyone. But this here has something to do with some sort of abusive dynamic someone experienced in the past. It could be with a family member. It could be with a really family members coming through strongly, as well as maybe a partner, or as well as like the pattern started at a young age and then you tended to like attract this same type of individual towards you again and again, because there was some sort of trigger in your emotions here. But I really am getting like water sign, water energy, specifically Cancer for somebody. Something is very triggering to someone emotionally. This may be even like buried. Something is a trigger. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to talk at it. But this, some of you may have trouble speaking. You may have a throat chakra blockage specifically. Whether that's over speaking or under speaking about an issue, as well as something, or someone having a challenging time verbalizing their own creativity or being open about their creative ideas, creative gifts, is something here for someone. So this is a definite blockage for you. This here too is even giving me like emotional avoidance. A lot of times this person, this can come out like as a runner, right? When you have the running chasing dynamic. A runner is known to be emotionally avoidant. So I'm not calling someone here a runner in a twin flame connection. I am saying that someone here, you're avoiding some sort of thing you don't want to look at, some sort of emotional trigger, that, and this is what's keeping you blocked from getting to where you need to go. Again, if you haven't seen the reading from earlier and you're resonating with this, you should probably watch the other reading as well, because I'm pretty sure these energies are at least somewhat connected. yeah, it's time to reflect on this. It's time to kind of dig in, especially someone here. This is blocking your new beginning. Forward movement. Some of you, if you've been stagnant at this time, if you have been stagnant, it's because of this here, because you've already been asked to look at this and somebody doesn't want to, or maybe you did a little bit and it becomes too triggering, or something here is you're being asked to reflect specifically on some sort of abusive or unhealthy relationship dynamic, most likely from someone's past. Yeah, this has been affecting your self-esteem. And it doesn't even have to be like self-esteem. We're discussing too about someone maybe not being able to speak up on creative ideas or speak up for themselves. Something like here, like a throat chakra blockage. Or for some of you, maybe you are down on yourself, like self-esteem, like you don't even want to look, you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror. Again, I apologize if that's triggering, but if it is triggering and you're resonating with this message, you are stagnating because of that very issue. So there's something there's something to that. You're being asked to look at what you don't want to look at. Perseverance. Some of you, a past relationship, literally, someone might have literally had the Chinese zodiac sign of the snake. That is not for everyone. This person may have blamed you quite a bit. That is not for everyone, but it could be for some of you. So again, there's something about being in denial and like movement here. Movement twice. Being in denial about, again, we have this throat chakra. Making some sort of progress or movement. Because somebody, this denial energy is someone not wanting to look at some sort of wound. Some sort of like past wounding in a situation. And again, I'm getting, like I said earlier, confirmation. Throat chakra here, sacral chakra. So those are your confirmations for someone. You have a problem speaking up for yourself, or maybe you're having a problem with like saying too much, over speaking something for yourself. But again, it specifically came through earlier. You're afraid to speak up on some sort of creative ideas, creative solutions with this. Sacral can connect to your creativity, and we do have orange on this card as well, so that is a signal for someone here. It is time to do like a clean sweep from the inside out. From the inside out when it comes to this blockage. Someone here also might be like a perfectionist, and I feel like, and what it is it's coming through like you're a perfectionist on the outside. Like you won't, like you, before you leave that house, you're like over particular about the way, you know, your hair is done, your makeup's done, or if you're a guy, you like dress to the nines anytime you go anywhere, something like that here. So that's another confirmation for someone. Again, this energy is connected. We have abundance on abundance. So this is like some sort of final block for someone, keeping you from this. Keeping you from standing in this energy and just receiving. This is coming through as like literally, I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. This is, I'm seeing this energy as someone here who just receives and receives and receives. You're in an abundant energy. This right here is what's keeping you from this, something to do with something you won't look at that's triggering from your past, specifically with a relationship. And this throat chakra blockage connected to the sacral chakra. And for some of you, somehow this connects to with, or instead of, could be worry. Again, that can still connect, because sacral chakra can connect to some sort of like guilt, shame, which are things that connect with worry. So somehow this sacral blockage and this throat chakra blockage are connected. Or for some of you, it's very, very specific that if you want to stand in your abundant, receptive energy, to be more mindful about, like, slow down and be mindful of the words you are choosing when you're speaking, when you're thinking, when you're discussing your financial standings, specifically when it comes to maybe projecting in some sort of, I doubt that's going to happen, I'm worried what's going to happen to A, B, and C. Something like this here is important for someone. Like, you might be quite literally, especially if someone's very specifically trying to, I also heard invest, by the way, so that might ring a bell with someone. Specifically the way you speak about your abundance. Someone might be literally trying to manifest more finances, manifest being in this energy permanently. And it is quite literally, a literal message in this here is to drop the doubt, drop the negativity, drop the worry, drop the what ifs, because these are all like energetic blockages. It expresses doubt. It expresses doubt in the universe. It expresses doubt in God. Let's say you prayed for increased finances, but every time you sit there and you say, what if, why, and all of these things, this worry that you're projecting out is creating an energetic blockage, or is expressing some sort of doubt in your situation, in your circumstances. Whoever you are, you're someone who is very, very protected. At this time, I was getting that with this 44 energy. Your angels are really trying to help you. Not only are you protected in whatever you're experiencing or going through at this time, but your angels are very much, something again about a snake. Someone here might be literally either you have the Chinese zodiac sign of the snake, but it's really coming through like someone's dealing with someone. Someone can literally have that sign, or someone is dealing with like snakes in the grass. Right, this is confirmation again about what I was saying here. For instance, if you quite literally are trying to use the law of attraction, you're trying to manifest, or if you quite literally, some of us are very traditional, and we quite simply, we have an issue, we have a concern, or we have a desire, we pray to God about it, we ask God for it. Ask and believe, and you shall receive. Someone here might have made a prayer like that, for instance. And then again, it's like they're trying to give it to you. They're dropping the keys, they're dropping the coins, they're dropping the houses, they're dropping the... But it's in reverse because of the way you're speaking, because you're sending out energetic signals of worry, doubt, fear, negativity when it comes to receiving something here. This is very serious confirmation. It's funny, I just said some of us are very traditional, and here we have tradition. Also, for some of you, I'm quite literally getting you, for instance, I'm sorry, no offense intended with my own ignorance to certain things. Someone here very specifically in Divine Collective, I'm getting like traditional, for instance, maybe like Hindu's the only one I'm really familiar with that has traditions like this, but I know Some of you, some other cultures do as well, where you have like offerings. You put offerings for your ancestors or for your whoever you're praying to. You utilize offerings in your prayer sessions or systems. So something here is connected to that. I am quite getting that too, that someone here might have some sort of faith along those lines with this yoga card beneath this. And some of you specifically are working, or like something to do with your work. Someone here in spirit here is like wants to bless what you do for work. Something you do for work. There's like a blessing coming for you, but you can't energetically reject this. Confirmation ancestors here, inheritance ancestors. Interesting. So slow down and be mindful about, you know, what you're saying, how you're speaking. Someone needs to pay even more attention to that. I know that's one of the most challenging things when it comes to this. Even those of us who battle with that, you know, I said a prayer and like, where's God? Where are my answers to my prayers? It starts way back at the doubt you don't know that you carry. You've been carrying it. You learned it from your parents, or you learned it from whoever. It's removing that out of the way and getting back to the basics and focusing on the fact that you ask me in prayer and then you believe. Like, take a highlighter and highlight that believe, because it's a very important step that many of us don't realize. So that's part of what that means when they're talking about be mindful of your speech, because you can even say with your words, you might say with your words unintentionally that you don't believe. You may think that you believe, and then you're actually out there going, I don't really believe. And I keep checking my bank account and it's not there. I keep checking my this and I'm this and that and it's not there, and I don't have, and I don't, and I won't, and I win, and those are all sprinklings of doubt that someone here is expressing over a blessing that wants to come to you. For some of you specifically, because something you do for work is deserving of a blessing here. Yeah, this analysis, you're being asked to redirect. Some of you may have inherited, just as I'm pulling all this out, they keep coming, and here is this life family seed. I was just about to say, some of you may have inherited this negative concept or negative speech patterns from your family. Like I was saying earlier, some of you just, and your parents talk like that, or whoever, or maybe it's the holding family was like that, or something. Like you're being asked to really reflect on it and look at with this analysis. I also feel like there's more to this, especially when it comes to like someone here, something you do for work is deserving of some sort of blessing here. There's something about a responsibility that comes along with your position or comes along with what you're doing that is connected to this ability to slow down and be mindful of your speech. Not everybody is going to be resonating with what I'm discussing right here. That might only be for a handful, and that is okay. That is part of what happens in these readings. Intensity. So some of you might even be expressing a negative speech or something, or this is something that's been inherited from the family here with this intensity energy, and we're discussing how you speak about something, how you speak about finances maybe. Someone might even had a parent that used to like get mad about finances and money, and they would be very vocal about it. This person was like digging themselves a hole basically, or taught you how to do the same thing, when really the counter for this here is appreciation, which is like gratitude, the opposite of having gratitude. Someone here learned from a family the opposite of having gratitude here, and this was actually in reverse. What this created for this family or these family members was a victory in reverse, was success in reverse. Also something like, I'm going super backwards today. So something about moving backwards. So some of you might have already like peaked when it came to something, and now you're trying to like, hey, wait, that didn't work. And you're being asked to turn around and look at something, reflect at something, back up with something. Six of Swords is like healing here, moving on, restoring peace. So some of you who resonate with this reading, with this energy, something could be very much genetic, ancestral for you. Something about choosing a side. So if you've been one of the individuals in Divine Collective that keep getting these readings about some sort of choice, for some of you, that choice connects to which choice do you make? Do you choose to continue on the same thing that your family did before? This is kind of like choosing whether or not you break this cycle, whether or not you reiterate the poor cycle with this vocalization over your finances, over what you have or don't have, versus gratitude, versus choosing your words more wisely when it comes to your belief about your finances, what they're capable of, where they're going. Yeah, someone here, I'm getting really misunderstanding off of this. Someone here has been struggling because you don't understand. You feel like you've been doing everything right and something is still missing. And here we have the Knight of Swords on the bottom, which can really talk about maybe speaking too quickly, impulsive speech. The advice, the guidance here is you're about to unlock something with this double abundance. This is inheritance, ancestors. Through the ability, through the conscious decision to practice slowing down and being more mindful about how you speak about your finances, specifically for someone, or for somebody else it's something else, but you're being asked to be more mindful about how you're speaking about something. For some of you that you're just meant to heal some sort of blockage within you, you're meant to learn to speak differently over this thing here, this blockage, this problem, this issue. Yeah, the Devil, restriction here. This is perfect timing for someone. Someone here, you almost feel like you don't have a choice but to figure this out. Someone here is with this that came out in the beginning. That might have been another reading, but something about it's still connected to this energy. A like soul contract. You may be the one. You may be the one who said you had what it takes in the family. As much as I hate to say it, because sometimes it gives people the wrong idea. It's much more personal than that, and you very should connect with these things in prayer to understand what really is on your shoulders and what really are you meant to do. But someone here is really giving like you agreed. Three of coins here, Three of Pentacles, collaboration. A lot of times this will come up for me for teamwork with spirit, especially with a star card on top. Someone here, you may have agreed to be like the generational curse breaker, so to speak. And even if you didn't before you know, started this lifetime, you may have somewhere along the way on your journey in this lifetime. New perspective. Someone here is having a new perspective, and again, this is part of what you're being guided to do with this surrender, this let go, this yield. It's time to, like, again, there's something here that wishes to be given to you, especially with this wish granted. Someone here is meant to receive some sort of divine inheritance, some sort of divine gift. Even if it's an idea, okay, you're talking about divine inheritance. Sometimes these things come in the form of some sort of opportunity, blessing, an idea that just really takes off, or whatever this is. You are meant to, here we have the stagnation again. The stagnation is for a reason. It's connected to you being able to do this renewal. Spirit already knows you're capable of doing this. And somewhere along the ways, you agreed to do this. Final messages here, please, for Divine Collective. I feel like someone here might be a bit confused, and you're like almost kind of letting an opportunity pass you by, or you want to kind of close the door on it, but it's really just because you're confused and you're getting overwhelmed and maybe doubting a bit, misunderstanding something. Hopefully this provided some sort of confirmation, clarity. It really is connected to you slowing down and being way more mindful of your speech. Like, this is just the beginning. Something very important about someone's throat chakra. You have a gift, use it wisely. So it's kind of like a skill that you're strengthening. Something about children coming through here, but again, this seems connected to this responsibility or something that someone does for work. Right, what do you desire? Again, what do you desire? This is part of what you're being mindful. Like, this is what you need to be speaking out into your world and even thinking about in your mind. It's time for you to receive this reward. But this here is giving me this, like, this energy that you inherited. This devil here is giving almost like a unintentional blockage or restriction for you. Very much someone here who is resonating with this particular reading. This is giving me generational breaking off restriction here that has plagued someone's family, and something's coming in perfect timing. So this is confirmation. I said that earlier. Something is about perfect timing for someone here. The stagnation is deliberate because it's perfect timing for you to exercise this skill, this new skill, or even learning it if you're just now learning it. I feel like I'm talking to someone who may be in between a bit. Maybe you knew this to an extent, but you haven't really been focused on that because, again, there's some sort of like confusion or misunderstanding here. Play in reverse. Right, so this could be connected again to this speech here, because play in reverse is confirmed by joy and step up and lead. So I hope this reading gave you guys some sort of confirmation and clarity over whoever's resonating with this energy, or you guys just enjoyed the reading. I enjoyed giving it to you.